Three, two, one. With us right now, it's Cebron Walker. Cebron, you are the founder and CEO of Walker Kreative. You're found on the web at walkercreative.com, and that's Walker Kreative. Kreative is with a K. Yep. Cebron, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, Josh, and great to be with you. Share some stories, have a great chat about marketing and about growing businesses. I love it.
Yeah. And you know, it's been really fun to kind of go through some of your portfolio because you do some really, really cool work. I should also point out, I'm in East Orlando. You are over in St. Pete. So we're not too far away from one another. But tell me about the work that Walker Kreative does.
Yeah, well, for sure. And let me just give a little bit of backstory on myself, just so, you know, everybody watching and hearing us understands what I do and why I'm so passionate about it. I started my sort of career started, I would say my college years was in communications and public relations. And public relations really interested me because of forming public opinion and ways to communicate and ways to help, you know, the movie industry. I worked a lot in Hollywood in the movie industry and in the author industry and people who wrote books and taking their stories around the world and how to form messaging and figure out how to communicate properly to the correct audience for them. And that obviously included the research of who your audience should be that you want to target and all that stuff that, as you know, is so important to marketing. You know, so as the years went by, I took all that knowledge that I learned from the public relations world and I transposed it into marketing because as I aged in my career, I realized that a lot of business owners in the public out there understand the idea of marketing better than public relations. A lot of people will, if you say, I'm a public relations professional, they think what you do is damage control or something. You know, they think of Hollywood and like someone creates a bad impression of what they did or a company implodes and goes bankrupt. And so they need PR people to solve their public image problem. And that's not what I focused on at all. And so what I did is I remarketed myself as a marketing guy, and I started Walker Kreative, and I did that because I knew that working in the corporate world and working for big corporations with all that I learned over the 30 years I've been doing this was only really helping that corporation. And so I thought, what can I do to best make an impact on this world with everything I know? And that was to open my own agency to help small businesses and medical practices and medium-sized businesses and companies to share their products and services and stories with the world. And so Walker Kreative as an agency has been around about 7 years, working with awesome businesses around the country and even some internationally to just develop out their messages, develop their websites, their videos, their YouTube channels, and get their stories to their target audience. And it's been just a blast. I love doing it. I still love doing it. You know, it's great to do something that makes you happy every single day.
Yeah, certainly. So, you know, I would say to our friend that's listening to our conversation right now, my recommendation would be go to walkercreative.com so you can see visually, because obviously what we're talking about, you kind of have to see it. And so in the world of, you know, creating, and would you mind, you know, again, just kind of illustrating the scope a bit more about, you know, maybe talking about some of the work that you do, case studies, so forth, so you know, folks can understand, oh, okay, you do those kind of jobs.
Right. Well, a lot of times, here's some examples. We work with veterinary practices. We work in dental practices, with orthodontal practices, with physical therapists. We even have a flying car manufacturer who's going to be flying out of the area of Oregon soon. Actually, there's been massive coverage. They were covered by Architectural Digest just 2 days ago because the designer of this flying car was an architect by trade before he developed the flying car. And so we have we have all types of businesses that Walker Kreative works with. But what we'll do, and many times an owner will get referred to me and I'll look at their website. I'll look at how they communicate about their business. And certainly, you know, we're not going to necessarily get a chance in our talk today to show tons of examples, but I'll look at their website. It's a mess, and it can look like it was built in, 1998. and there's just no real images of what they do. Maybe no video of what they do. There's stock photography on their website. And let's just say it's a dental practice. And all of us have like gone to our local dental practice, or we've looked for a dentist for our kids, and it's a perfect smiling mom with a child that is in perfect braces, and they're really pretty. And that's not reality. It's not who that practice is. And so what I come in and do is I go, we need to build a connection between you and your target audience. We need to instantly build trust for you with those moms and young families moving into your neighborhoods. And so we need video of you, the doctor, working with patients, talking with your staff working. And so a lot of the websites, if you look at Walker Kreative and let's say our video page on our website, you'll see videos we've done where we will go in, we'll shoot lots of video of the practice. We'll put it in the hero banner of your website. We'll have an about us page that's got all these pictures of the staff. And what we add to that a lot of times is what we do when we're not working. When we're out fishing, what are these staff doing? What's the doctor doing? And we'll have a whole page about the doctor. He loves to do four-wheeling in the backcountry. And this staff member is actually a dancer on the weekends and teaches kids how to dance at local schools. And this other staff member, volunteers at the pet, foundation in town and this kind of thing. And we'll share lots of pictures about that. And in this post-COVID era, which is very odd, like we got all these strange, there's this weird economy, this recession hitting us, and people aren't maybe spending their money as much. And they're being very critical about the businesses they're going to spend money with and have them, with their families that they're going to share their families with. So the thing to do, the thing I'm finding and that we do with the business we work with is we have got to make them know you, because the competition aren't up to speed yet. And what we can do now is we can take you, educate instantly when they arrive at your website, see you on Facebook, see you on Instagram, see you on YouTube, see you on LinkedIn, is get to know you instantaneously. Right when they see that, they get to see who you are, not just a smiling, pretty face, but you, and learn about you. And then it brings them in because of an aesthetic website. Of course, we want that stuff, but build trust instantly, build connection, build that authenticity, because that's what is needed right now in this post-COVID world, this sort of recession world we're living in. That's what's going to make the difference on the decision to do business with my company instead of the competition down the street who hasn't implemented those things and doesn't understand this as important in the marketing world today. There we go. I know I talked a lot. I have a lot to share. I'm passionate about this, but I really want to help small business owners to go, what can I do to make me different than the competition?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? Is that, I like acknowledging that there are a lot of different places you could do business with, but guess what? There's only one Josh Elledge that, runs up my, it's like, if you like the person, and I think, how we do business today, and I'm coming at it from a studying consumer behavior background. It's kind of interesting. We have some backgrounds in common, some public relations and journalism in the Navy, and then kind of got on to entrepreneurialism and that sort of thing. But that's really it. That's the differentiating factor. I think one of the greatest differentiating factors is you don't get me anywhere else. So if you resonate, not everyone resonates with me. But those who don't, I probably didn't want to work with them. It's mutual, right? And so, like, if I were a dentist, if I were a veterinarian, it's like I want, I just went through this with a veterinarian for my doggy Levi, who had to have a mask removed, and when my wife asks me about, well, why did you go here? I'm like, well, I like the people, and once I have those relationships. Yeah, we drove past 3 different veterinarian offices to get to the one that, how did I get connected? I don't know how I got connected with them, but now I'm connected and I like the people. So I would feel almost like I were cheating on them if I went somewhere else at this point.
It is. If you can get your client base, the existing clients and the potential new clients, patients, clients, customers, whoever they are, to almost feel like they're with family when they're with you in your business, that's the ultimate best relationship you can have, because you've built that level of trust that, if you need to sell them that next thing, the vaccination or the dental work, or that's time for braces, they're going to trust you to do as you say, because you're a professional that they can rely on. That's what we got to get to as businesses. And that's what, when Walker Kreative is working with a business, you're not just another dental number. You are you're helping other families, no matter what business you're in. It could be anything. You could be selling widgets, you could be selling makeup, you could be selling frozen yogurt, but why is your frozen yogurt shop the place to go to in your local neighborhood? Yeah. You feel comfortable there.
And it's not just, right. So it's not just you might, so let's say a business owner's listening to us right now and they're bashful, right? Oh, I just want to kind of, stay in listen, it's not about you. It's not about your ego. It's about, this customer, you might have the ability to impact their life in an incredibly positive way, but they're not going to do, it's like what they need to know is that that you're someone that they want to do business with. They like you. So you're not doing it for your benefit. You're doing it for their benefit. But number two, really important, is that if nothing else, celebrate your customers and make it ridiculously easy to create UGC, user-generated content, because we all do that, right? You go into a restaurant, what do people, that's what I do. I said, what do people really love here? It's like, you're an insider, you're here all the time. What do people rave about? I don't buy, I've never ordered off your menu before. And I love that. And I think we all do that. We want to know what's popular, what's featured, what are people talking about? And it's a social proof. Yeah,
that social proof is so powerful, and it's in every industry. I think we trust what other people have said. What we really push on when we work with a client, let's say we go out to a client. I just came back from St. George, Utah, at this wonderful orthodontist, just a fantastic guy. And he has a big staff, about 15 staff. And we went out there, and he does all the braces for all these families in St. George, Utah. It's like the center of trail bike riding in the universe, I think, this beautiful Red Rock area. And so we really featured that close relationship he's got with all these families. We did a bunch of testimonial interviews. And so testimonials are really powerful. So for all these business owners out there that are listening to this, recognize how powerful the words of your clients, customers, and patients are, and do what you can to get reviews. Of course, and Google reviews are just massively powerful for SEO, and just those people look at that stuff, especially for healthcare. But also, if they come in, these phones have become so easy to use to record pictures and video.
Yep.
Stick it, if you have a patient or customer who loves you, and it, and they're your friend, you're basically friends with them, say, let's just do a selfie video right here, and go, Fred and I, we've known each other for so long. He comes in for this kind of service. Fred, tell us what you think. Why do people want to come here? Take that testimonial. If you look on the Walker Kreative Instagram channel, you'll see me with the doctor in St. George, Utah. I posted this 5 days ago. I did exactly that. So I did what I'm preaching, and I did a selfie video right before we had dinner. We had Thai food dinner together in St. George. Right before we walked into the restaurant, I said, hey, come here. And we did a selfie video testimonial. Because that's always better than us promoting ourselves.
Oh, right? Yeah, absolutely. And it's the behind the scenes stuff. It shows humanity. It shows, I identify with you. I was just talking with, now I gotta say, please do what I say, not what I do, because I think we all could improve a little bit. But I just had a meeting with, the gal that's running our kind of orchestrating all of our major summit, and she's like, Josh, you need to be doing more behind the scenes stuff. You're doing all the work, but you got to capture this, because that's what people want to see. They want to see you, kind of all the minutia and some of the details and the struggles and the concerns and all that other stuff. Like it humanizes the whole process rather than just being, some, slick marketing message at every turn, at every corner.
That's a great point. And humanizing yourself is an awesome thing to consider. And I hopefully what people take away from our conversation today is these things of humanizing, authenticity, because it builds trust. And that right when you got the trust is when you make a client and a stable patient. And I would love to see background pictures of Josh setting up for a podcast, and what kind of microphone do you use? Why is audio so important? And, that's the tripod we broke last week when I, tripped over it, and here's the setup, and I've got microphones in these, and I got these soundproof things on the walls. I love to see that stuff as a marketing guy. And I think that a patient, I'll just throw out an idea, a patient of an orthodontist, well, here's the chairs we use, and here's the kind of braces we use, and here's the lab where we make your personalized aligners if you come in to do that, if you're an adult and you want the clear things, and this is how we do it. And we did that kind of video for the doctor we were there, because you want that behind the scenes look. So, what's it like when you go inside?
Yeah. Yep. And, it's, what we're talking about too, a lot of this is this familiarity bias. If you can make it insanely easy for people to get to know you virtually, then, it's, they're thrilled to be there. They feel like they know you. It's like, me bumping into Huey Lewis in the green room, at a TV station, and trust me when I say I know Huey a lot more than he knows me. But, I'm kind of fanboying, and I'm around him. But that same thing can happen if you're, if you're a veterinarian, if you're a dentist. I follow on YouTube Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet. And man, if I ever met those guys, I would gush. I'm like, I've spent so much time with you and you don't even know it. You just totally. There's another counter on the view count, and that's Josh.
Well, I'll tell you, Huey Lewis in the News, funny. That's one of my wife's favorite bands. Back to the Future is her favorite movie.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Yeah. What I really like as well, and I see this happening, and I always wish for it to happen as much as possible. If we go out to a practice, all over the country, we were at a veterinarian in Seattle area, and we'll shoot very, professional premium video. And we'll go away and we've shot, let's say 10 videos of this is the story. These are testimonials. These are these things. But I also stay behind and work with the doctor to educate about, well, if you get a tripod for your iPhone, a little microphone that can come and be a lapel mic. And even today you can buy them on Amazon that are wireless for like $30, and you get a little ring light. With a ring light, a little tripod for your phone, and a microphone. Under $100, you can get those 3 items, and you can set them up, with a window in front of you. All of us guys that have done video and audio, we know these things, how to get some basic lighting and that type of thing. But with a little bit of education of my clients, of these things, with very little cost, you can start doing YouTube videos yourself, or videos for Instagram, or videos for Facebook, or wherever you want to put them, because these phones have become so powerful to record that. So I love, and this just happened with this veterinarian in Seattle, where we did all those, we left, and she carried on. And almost every week she's posting videos about how you can massage your dog, or how you can help the dog walk better if they've hurt their leg, or what vaccinations you should be giving them, because last month in August was National Pet Immunization Month. And so she did a video about, immunizing your pets and what it means and why it's important. So, I love that when I see a client that sort of takes on that thing and that willingness to be their brand. Because doctors, especially doctors, they didn't join, they didn't become a doctor to be a face and a brand and a spokesperson. But we all have less and less choice in that matter. You are the brand spokesperson for Up My Influence. I'm the brand spokesperson for Walker Kreative. And these doctors are needing to become the brand spokesperson for their practice. And business owners, Elon Musk has to do it. All these people have to do it. So it's a bit of like, okay, that's now my responsibility. I got to be willing to get in front of this, and they can practice, get in front of the mirror. And Josh, I mean, you can probably share your experience. You suck at the beginning and you get better.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to feel good about yourself, go listen to my first few episodes of this podcast. They were pretty rough.
Yeah, none of us were.
I had already been doing tons of media before I ever turned on a podcast microphone. Now, I'm not saying I'm amazing today, but I'm comfortable, I guess. Yeah. So, listen, Cebron, your website, again, walkercreative.com. It's creative with a K. To our friend that's listening, hit up their website. What should they click on? What should they do?
Well, take a look at the homepage. I try to post the new videos that I share out about different ways to take advantage of all of these online platforms. So you can look at the videos there. Look at our videos page. You can see a lot of the videos we've done. Also, go to our YouTube channel, check out the website, then visit the Walker Kreative YouTube channel. I try to post 2 or 3 times a month. I'll post how to do Facebook, how to do your Google business page, how to do Google advertising, or how to set up a YouTube channel, how to do these basic things so that business owners, you don't have to hire an agency. A lot of businesses are struggling just to, make that profit line. So there's a lot you can do on your own before you ever look to hire an agency. And so I'm sharing videos all the time about how to do different pieces of your marketing mix. All the marketing tools you need in your marketing toolbox. I'm trying to share videos about that. So check out our website, then check out our YouTube channel, subscribe to that. And you can get a bunch of things you can be doing right now in your business to engage with your target audience, build that trust that we're talking about.
Yeah, brilliant. Awesome. WalkerCreative.com. Cebron Walker, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.